Bam.
All right.
Welcome to Attention Wrestling Disorder. This first try. I am RJ Show, the whole show, and nothing but the damn show. That's what I'm going by. We got Rod and Chuck over here.
The legends of podcast wrestling. The two greatest podcasters in wrestling, Chuck and Rod. You got the ace and the elite Chuck and the inferior Rod, as always.
Yeah, okay, that's a lie.
Okay,
we got a guy who's been trying this on the Going Boom podcast. I had Chuck on as a guest a long time ago, and I've been wanting to do this. Now, I'm known for, doing local music and just having a podcast, talking to musicians or people about things that I'm interested in. But so the reason I've been wanting to do this, so we had the pandemic, we're having this stupid pandemic, this COVID-19 bullshit, and a lot's been going on. And then my mother passing away over the summer, and I've just needed an escape route. So Chuck and Rod have been doing the Evolution of Wrestling Fantasy Wrestling League, and Chuck kind of got me in the mix, and it's been an escape for me in just, the stress of working, having a regular job, being a father, and dealing with everything going on in the pandemic. This wrestling fantasy league has helped a lot. And it's had me, I've been watching so much wrestling, especially after not making the finals. I've just been so addicted to it that I said, you know what? I need this outlet. I need to talk about this. And I need to talk about this with two guys who really know their shit. Plus, I've been seeing other people doing it, and you go into the chats, you see people who, they like wrestling, but you know what? So do I, and I want to talk about it. And I want to give my opinions too. So that's why I said, Chuck, Rod, let's finally do this. We've been talking about this. Let's do it. So here we are.
Here we are.
Oh, by the way, Rod, if I win next season, you have to denounce John Cena. Boom. There, I said it. Okay.
I agree with good luck with it. I agree. And while we're on the subject of winning, so my picks win tonight at TLC, I will be winning my fourth fantasy championship. Not one, not two, not three, fourth fantasy championship. Thank you.
Team Zarya. Your competition needs fresh blood, Rod.
Chuck, why don't you explain why we call this attention? Oh.
What are we asking me? I cut out for a second.
Basically, what's happening now. Explain why we're calling this what it is.
Wrestling disorder, because quite frankly and quite honestly, we're three people who can't have a conversation about wrestling without going off in like 8 tangents congruently, and somehow that's the initial subject in one fix. When we do this, we're gonna go so tonight we're discussing the two things tonight primarily. We'll probably go off in banter, but the two main things we're gonna discuss tonight are the idea of crossover promotions and wrestlers crossing over promotions right now in different capacities, as well as possibly a little TLC preview because the pay-per-view starts in an hour, so we want to, do a little preview. We'll discuss the pay-per-view because it's relevant.
By the way, speaking of that, Jeff Jarrett's on the kickoff show. He's in one of the
I was going to say, I was like, okay, that's cool. It's Jeff Jarrett. For a minute, I thought it was Pat McAfee, and I was about to curse up a storm because I.
Oh no, that's Double J.
Oh.
Yeah, I see double J-E, double F-J-A, double R-E, double T. That's Jeff.
And his days working hard on the go.
Oh God.
Love that song. That song was great.
Of course you.
I guess we're watching TLC. Maybe we should just start talking about. So they're talking about the matches right now.
Yeah,
they got a kickoff match.
Ryan.
Okay.
Chuck, you take over, man.
All right. So I got it on, and they're discussing the kickoff match. It's an 8-man tag. It's going to be Daniel Bryan, Big E, Chad Gable, and Otis against Sami Zayn, Nakamura, Cesaro, and they just passed who the last one was.
King Corbin.
King Corbin. That makes sense. Okay.
So, right?
It'll be a decent little kickoff match. I'm not expecting.
I like it.
I don't like it. I want to see him defend the damn title against Daniel Bryan again.
Well, the way it's looking, it looks like Big E will get that shot before DB will. The way they're pushing it.
I think.
Yeah, why did they just promote that? Why the hell did they just promote that? Because they did that on SmackDown. You'd think after what Big E did with the Sammy Awards, which was actually funny as hell, you'd think that they would do that on the pay-per-view, but no. It's got to be an 8-man tag, but that takes focus away, in my opinion.
That's the lame 8-man tag, if you want my personal opinion. I'm going to actually grab my phone, and I'm going to kind of run down them, too, as I go, because, like, they're running them down, but, like, they're kind of, like, we're going to do it at a different pace than
they're way ahead of us on the preview.
So I'll grab
Rasta and,
whoever her partner is. Yeah.
It's going to be Lana.
Don't know who her partner is yet.
It's going to be Lana.
Queen, probably.
Or it's going to be Rhea Ripley, or it's going to be Io Shirai, or it's going to be something stupid like Charlotte. It's going to be one of the three.
Man,
if it was Rhea Ripley, fuck yeah.
To be honest, I'm hearing Mickey James, to be honest.
You hoping Piggy James?
Oh, well, will you stop?
I like Mickey James. I don't see why not.
Remember Little Miss Piggy James? Remember that gimmick?
Oh, my God.
Yes. You know she has a show with Lisa, Victoria, and SoCal Val called Gaw TV.
Oh,
I heard about that.
Grown-ass women TV. They talk about just wrestling and other bullshit.
At least they're not talking about weird bullshit, because no one wants to hear that shit. I'm kidding.
Oh, my God.
They talk about a lot of shit, but...
I mean, have you guys watched Total Bellas at all this season? It's nothing but two...
Oh, yeah, I've watched every episode.
I
watched every episode.
Of course you do, Rod.
I mean, I was trying to watch Divas, but, you know, it just gets a little like, ugh, this is not real. This is just annoying crap.
It's exaggerated TV.
You try to invest.
It is, but it's hilarious, though.
It's terrible. Stop. It's not good.
Watching the Bellas, oh my God, the Bellas are like, yeah. They're hilarious about it.
On the planet who don't know how to conduct themselves in social situations for anything.
Oh, yeah, but they're hilarious. They are hilarious, though.
The lack of
just like with Mrs. and Mrs.
I feel the way I feel about them, meaning that there was an era of Trish and Lita and Victoria and Mickey wrestling, and then the disaster era where the Bellas came, and then now we have this really good era where women are just amazing wrestlers. Not a fan of the Bellas.
I'm a fan of the Bellas because of the obvious reason, but
well, say if you gotta realize though,
I don't care about the pregnant Bellas. I just don't care.
Outside of Ronda Rousey, no one has brought more mainstream to WWE female-wise than the Bellas. Outside of Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, I get it. They're mainstream. They have the shows, but what about women like Natalya who were doing it longer? I mean, I love the women who are like wrestling their asses off now, and you go back, you see this is what happened with Molly Holly, Victoria. And now we're getting it again the way it should be. With these women wrestling.
You're right, but let me ask you this. If you had a choice between Natalya and the Bellas to give their own TV show to, who are you giving it to, though? You're not going to give Natalya her own TV show.
They both had it together. I get it.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I mean...
if I want to watch reality TV show, Rod, I'll go with the Bellas. If I want to watch wrestling, I'll go with Natalya.
You'll go with Natalya. Oh, yeah, no question.
But again, you guys are arguing the same point that what are you looking for? Entertainment or wrestling? The Bellas are entertainment, Natalya's wrestling. The same reason you would watch Natalya wrestle for wrestling or to watch the Bellas for entertainment is the same reason you would watch WWE or New Japan. You watch New Japan for wrestling, watch WWE for entertainment. Same argument. We're arguing the same coin, guys.
I don't even know why I'm watching WWE. I mean, I grew up as a kid watching WWE, but I just, again, with everything going on in the wrestling world, it's and all the negative stuff you hear about what goes on behind the scenes with WWE, it makes it harder to watch.
Because here's the thing, as long as Vince is running the company, Vince still has this thought process like, oh, this 1980s process that I can make WWE great by buying out my competition. While all these other promotions are coming together, making wrestling great, he wants to do the complete opposite by buying everybody out. Like in 2001, which in my opinion was still the worst year in the history of professional wrestling.
Oh, because you're still crying about the demise of WCW and ECW?
Yes. Imagine being in a year now with WWE being the only thing to watch, only company to watch. And I'm not trying to knock WWE because I like WWE.
It wasn't for in 2003 or 2002. You know, it's TNA started having those pay-per-views.
And so the Ring of Honor came out too.
I feel like you had to know about them at the time.
Ring of Honor. New Japan's always been around, but it wasn't as accessible
as it is now.
Because they weren't big in that global market. You didn't have the internet and that those global outlets for New Japan for people to know about it. You know, you did New Japan back in the day, and I was obviously too young to be privy to this. You did video swaps. That's how people learned about New Japan back in the day. Yep. You had Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Otherwise, you didn't know shit about
Yep.
I used to get
a little bit that they would feature them on WCW. That was the most you ever got from New Japan.
You know how I found out Ron Simmons was the first ever, when Ron Simmons won the belt? I was in a hotel, I think in Tampa. This is when I was still living in New York. I think we went to Busch Gardens, and it was on It was on TV. Him defeating Vader.
A long time ago.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of an accident how I discovered WCW.
A long time ago. I'm kidding.
I was literally channel surfing and came across TBS, and WCW happened to be on. This Sting was wrestling, and I'm thinking myself, oh wow, what's this? This ain't WWF. I'm like, yo, this guy looks awesome though. And I watched. I was like, wow. I'm definitely going to make sure I watch this again next week.
First time.
And after that,
yeah,
I was hooked to WCW.
WCW.
All right, so
about when I was.
Should I bring us back on track, or you talk? Sorry.
I'm going to just make my point about where I started WCW and WWE, I guess. WCW I didn't really watch. I watched it when I was probably, my cousin was starting to watch it, and I was at his house one time, so I got into it. Like, I knew about it. I had friends that had, like, little WCW wrestling figures, but I didn't, like, watch it regularly because I didn't have cable as a kid. So the only thing I watched was WWF Superstars. That was the only thing I was privy to watching. Or I'd go over to my grandmother's house, and my uncle would have it on, and I'd watch it with him. Like, otherwise, that was how I got into it.
Yeah, you mean like Superstars on Saturday, Wrestling Challenge on Sunday on Fox? I remember that.
Yeah, something like that. Those combination two.
With Hogan was a big thing for me in the 80s. You know, I started getting all the big toys. Remember the big plastic WWE toys?
I have an Andre the Giant, an Iron Sheik, and a Nikolai Volkov in my basement somewhere.
But the ring that I got from a garage sale, it was an AWA ring. So these guys were WWF guys wrestling in an AWA toy ring.
Do what you got to do. I had a WCW and I had all my guys wrestling in the WCW ring.
And then I was getting I did get Ric Flair and Ken Patera doll. I was getting more. That's how I started to figure out, okay, so Ric Flair is this other wrestler from another company. And that's kind of how I started figuring out, okay, there are other guys other than WWF guys.
Yeah.
And then, WCW. And
Jim Cornette would be rolling over in his grave hearing this comment right now.
He's not even dead.
Oh, wait, he's still alive, right? I'm kidding.
He's such a degenerate.
Cornette is...
I love Jim Cornette.
Even though he claims wrestling is dead. This is the same dude that when all that crap went down with Sonya Deville, his first comments were, her and Mandy should be fired because they're living together. Because that's what he's worried about, the kayfabe of wrestling. Meanwhile, she's getting trying to...
He's worried about kayfabe in 2020.
Right? Meanwhile, this dude is stalking her, at her house waiting but he's worried about the kayfabe of wrestling.
The kayfabe of wrestling.
Kayfabe is, kayfabe is still kind of there. It depends on how, like the interview I heard the other day with Jericho, Omega, and Don Callis, it was so good. You couldn't tell if this was, I'm going to say the words, people start gasping, if it was a shoot, I use a wrestling term, or if it was, all kayfabe. You couldn't tell because they're so good at what they do. What?
I'm sure it was a shoot, but I'm sure they'll do more with Omega and Jericho with time.
No, but it was so, the way they were talking, it was Kenny Omega the character, but then they started talking like,
Right.
what was, it was like in and out, basically.
I feel like AEW loves to do that anyway. Like AEW loves
Yeah.
to blur that line with work and shoot. Because look at Being the Elite. Half that is shoot, half that is work too. So it's
Yeah.
like they do that. That's just what they do. It's kind of great.
Jericho himself does it. Like he did it with Bray when Bray Wyatt was called in on his show. He did it with Sami Callihan too, because the way the Sami Callihan interview ended, you couldn't tell. Okay, it seems like it's staged, but Jericho likes to do that. So okay.
Yeah. So you know what we should actually do? Because speaking of ADD
What?
and attention wrestling disorder, because now we're on the Omega subject.
WD?
Let's start bringing up the crossover concept. Let's
Yes.
in that. Like we're actually in a good.
Let me tell you, I'm
And we'll find a way
amped for
work
Hard
back
to Kill
into
next
TLC, I
month.
promise.
I am amped for Hard to
So-
Kill next month. That's gonna be an epic 6-man main event tag match.
So
Hard
what
to
it
Kill,
could be-
Omega, the Good Brothers. Go ahead. I'm stepping over you. You wanted to say something.
No. Just asking what the match was. I didn't hear what the match was.
Oh, it's Omega and the Good Brothers against Rich Swann and the Guns.
Oh, I did hear that. Okay. Got it.
That's gonna be a great match right there.
That actually is going to be a good match. I'm actually stoked for that. And I'm stoked to see. I'm stoked to see. Hopefully, the Good Brothers in AEW. I also read something where I heard Deonna Purrazzo wants to face either Britt Baker or Hikaru Shida in this crossover.
Yeah, I saw that too. I
would be okay with it. It'd be better than any women's match WWE's putting out these days.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't say that. That's a lie. Because WWE's
in my opinion,
is the best part of their product.
in my opinion, Sheeta this year has been the best female not in the WWE this year.
Hikaru Shida is fantastic.
Really? So I think Deonna Purrazzo is really showing what she can do too.
Purrazzo has stepped her game up.
I agree, but Sheeta's just had a better overall year though. Like Sheeta's just been dominating. The woman's really lost one match this whole year. She beat Nyla Rose twice this year.
Yes, she
There's
did.
some people who can't say they did that once. She's done it twice this year.
I'm trying to think who else has been on. I mean, I know she hasn't been a champion, but Britt Baker has been on fire this year.
Britt Baker. I know
I know they're doing more of the
angle
injury
she's
there,
doing
but
with
it's
Thunder
entertaining.
Rosa right now. I can't wait to see where that goes.
Oh, Thunder Rosa is fantastic.
I'm loving this AEW NWA crossover. I just can't wait to see some of the males come over.
I know. I want to see some of the. I would love to see Nick Aldis and like Kenny Omega do something, or like Cody and Nick Aldis have.
Oh yeah, Cody Aldis 3. That'd be
Cody and
great.
Aldis 3. That would be 3.
Yeah, and I'd be
They
fucking
did it.
stoked about that. I also want to see how they're going to do the Moxley Kenta stuff, because Moxley
that would be.
has been called
He
out.
called him out the other night
He did. It was awesome.
on
He's got
Strong.
that, he still got
So-
the contract. He still got that contract too. So
I know. Kenta is killing it right now. Kenta is like, I got to tell you, for my mistimed opportunities for this fantasy league, I got to tell you, Kenta was my saving grace in a lot of it. Kenta got me so many points because he was doing the yes lock all season.
let me
Plus,
tell you,
He worked both G1 and on New Japan Strong, and he's white hot on New Japan Strong.
I'm saying this right now.
Osprey was
Bobby
my saving
Lashley,
grace with it.
getting him in the first round was a steal.
Getting who in the first round?
Bobby Lashley, my first round pick, because he was dominant this season.
Yeah,
That Hurt Lock got me so many points, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. Hold that thought on Lashley, because I do want to segue eventually into the predictions again, because I have thoughts about Lashley on the Hurt Business that I have to get off, but I want to.
Who is wrestling in the Hurt Business tonight? Isn't it Benjamin and
Alexander
And the matches, Benjamin and Alexander against New Day.
for the Raw Tag Team titles.
And we need, you know what I should say, because we need the Hurt Business to win, because quite frankly, it's the best put together stable in a minute. It's one of the best things in WWE.
they've been
Also,
using them kind
they
of
need
in a
to
weird
win
way.
because New Day stale.
Oh my God,
New,
stop.
they stale. I agree.
Day
Yo,
stale.
I ain't gonna lie though, like Xavier Woods, like when Big E was announced for SmackDown, they was announced for Raw, like the way he did that, like you felt the emotion on that.
You thought he was gonna cry like a little girl.
He almost did. You can hear it in his voice.
Why did you say Big E's name? Why did you say Big E's name?
Oh,
Big
stop.
E's name.
You are such a hater. You know that? You're truly a hater.
I'm not a hater.
Oh, yes, you
What
are.
he said. I'm not even hating. I'm just pointing out what he's pointed out.
Oh, my God.
Well, I mean, then you got the other tag team champs who go out to Robot Chicken's ending song.
It's actually.
So listen to it.
They defended their belts on SmackDown, so successfully.
How many times have they beaten Dolph and Rude already? It's embarrassing because Rude is a great
Give us something else. Let's do something different. I'd rather watch my crossovers up.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Yeah, here's the thing, though. They haven't been SmackDown tag champions that long, so I guess that's WWE's way of keeping them somewhat fresh.
So, yeah. You know what is awesome being a WWE, though? I like that Ben Carter got signed.
Yeah, but it's weird because he only had 3 matches on AEW, and I thought you said, Rod, or you, Chuck, that he was off because of COVID or whatever, and now all of a sudden he's on WWE.
He was, but that was a while ago, though. So
that was like a month or 2 ago.
Yeah, now he's on NXT UK.
He's going to UK. I guess he lives in.
Speaking of NXT UK, not to cutting fellas off, but you know who's been killed since the return of NXT UK? A-Kid.
A-Kid's
he's been killing. He's about to go toe to toe with Walter.
Yep.
Yeah, but we all know that Walter's winning that one too because no one's gonna beat Walter.
Hasn't he already been champ for 2 years?
Yeah, after Pete Dunne had it for 2 years.
Yeah, is that like what they're doing now? Like when you?
Well, I mean, you got to put an asterisk on that though because of the time off that they had. So you got to put somewhere of an asterisk on some of those.
I got it. Well, that's the same thing with Ring of Honor. Like Roosh had he hasn't wrestled since February. He hasn't wrestled. They announced that he hasn't wrestled since he won the belt. He has not defended it. That was his first defense.
Yeah, I know.
Lee.
What happened?
He got his
Dragon
redemption.
Lee hasn't wrestled since February either, if you remember from.
When he defended it against Draper.
Yeah.
Because that was Draper's shot for winning the top prospect tournament.
Speaking of crossovers, you might see if their contracts wrap up soon, you're going to see Dragon Lee and Roosh on WWE possibly.
Well, the whole point of the crossover, I got to cut in because we were talking about the fact that MLW, MLW, Impact, New Japan, you're seeing, these guys go in for like the G1 tournament and not a Super J Cup and all that, but you're seeing a version of Tom Lawler's stable, the Team Filthy, which has completely different wrestlers, and then an MLW.
They got that opera cup.
Completely different music. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying MLW, they got that opera cup. I've never seen
everybody's got a cup.
What it does, but
Everybody's got a cup. Everybody's got a tournament. It's a tournament. Every promotion's had a tournament, and every promotion has wrestled each other's tournaments. I mean, everybody wrestled the pure tournament, the pure cup.
You're right, except for one company though. Well, almost every company.
What company?
Evil Empire
tournament.
WWE.
I got kicked out. Hold on. Do you guys still see me?
Nah.
I got kicked out. Or something just happened. Something just happened.
Because the last time WWE had like superstars, my other what's name was what? The freaking Cruiserweight tournament?
Oh,
they had Ibushi and Zack Sabre Jr. in it.
That was the Cruiserweight Classic, and then they had the UK Championship.
Yeah, Ibushi was in Cruiserweight. And it's crazy, like, some of these guys got signed, and some of them didn't. Like, what's her name? Help me out here. The Impact champion who has a bad rep with everyone. What's his name?
Oh, Tessa Blanchard.
Tessa Blanchard was on, the Mae Young Cup, and then she was one of the only ones who didn't get signed. And then Rachel Ellering was there for a little bit. And then she went to AEW.
Ricochet, he breathed a sigh of relief when that happened.
I gotta say, I'm pissed off about Ricochet's push right now, or lack of anything.
So am I. I mean, it is a lack of push, and it's also like
they got. They don't know what they have with them. You know who else you're gonna watch them shit on really soon? Keith Lee. He's gonna get shit on soon too. Because apparently, Vince McMahon's going on this rant about how fat and he's not good in the ring.
Who went on the rant?
Vince
Vinnie
McMahon
Mac.
apparently doesn't think Keith Lee is cut out for what they expect him to be. He's just
Same with Otis. Otis is
a
in that same
rumor, or
boat
is
right
this
now.
true? 'Cause that
No,
could
it's
be
true. No, this is true.
yeah. That's why Miz got the Money in the Bank, and that's why Miz is going to cash it in tonight and be the next champion.
You
But
think
meanwhile,
that's really
but
gonna happen? I
meanwhile,
hope
you
that
know,
happens.
he's sending all these superstars down to learn how to work, but yet Nia Jax is the champion.
Nia Jax is great.
Here's an example, guys, of who they really shit the bed with, and we saw him. Well, we saw him get extremely hurt after he won the match the other night. But Mike Bennett, they seriously dropped the ball with, and here he is.
Well, here's the problem with Mike Bennett, in my opinion. They shouldn't have brought him up right to the main roster. They should have had them on NXT, run through NXT for like a year, build them up, give them credibility, then call them up, and then.
I know, but you know, like his
It was because of Maria.
That wellness policy violation killed his career. He never recovered.
But he never recovered. But they kind of like pulled they kind of pumped the brakes on him before the violation, but the violation ruined him.
Rod, I got to stop you. It didn't kill his career. It killed his time in WWE because he was
that's what I
killing
meant.
it.
No, that's what I meant. Like, that killed his WWE
they
career.
kind of were dropping the ball to him right before that, but that was like the final, like,
right
on the straw. You know, that was the final, like, straw that hit the camel's back or whatever. Like, that was it. Once he got that violation, it was like, okay, next.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, next he's off facing Nick Aldis, and then he's back with his boy Matt Taven.
The
original Kingdom. Yep.
Rob Zombie's ass.
And now I heard Maria signed now too to
she's gonna be back after the New Year.
Ring
of
Honor.
She does. I guess they're really trying to do this Kingdom thing. You know what they're gonna do though? They're eventually just gonna turn Taven and Bennett heels and make the Kingdom in the way it was.
Well, don't they have to deal with what's his name, Vinny,
Righteous,
and what's the other guy, Bateman? They got to deal with those guys, and Maria now will even the odds with that whatever her name is.
Velveeta chick.
Yeah, that'll be
Velveeta Cheese, whatever her name is. I don't remember her name.
Oh,
I don't know.
I wonder what happened to that other member that had Chuckles the Clown. I'm surprised he wasn't there, unless they let him go.
I don't know.
Who? What?
They had another member of Righteous, Chuckles the Clown. I don't know what happened to him though.
Maybe couldn't be there. Maybe who knows. Apparently, issues with Final Battle the other night, or last night, really.
What?
Final Battle was a good.
I agree. It was. It was.
Final Battle had its moments. I really liked the Flip Gordon Jonathan Gresham match, but then again, those are like my two favorite guys in Ring of Honor. So of course I'm gonna mark out to that match.
And Jay Briscoe versus Shane Taylor was a great match.
What happened?
That Jay Briscoe versus Shane Taylor match was great.
That was a decent match. I like Shane Taylor. They're gonna push him hard. I think Shane Taylor's another one. He's not there yet, but give it like another year. WWE's gonna be looking for him.
I have a feeling had that
with
six-man match.
WWE, AEW. What about I mean? Because let's see, all these guys that were in WWE do so much better outside the company.
I would love to see some of these guys go to AEW. I don't want everybody got to go to WWE. I'm just saying, WWE.
I know what you mean.
WWE just to rape Ring of Honor's territory, but then again, AEW starting killed Ring of Honor too. That's why their last year was kind of lackluster. They took so many hits with
losing the Elite, basically.
Yeah, the entire Elite is now all Elite. And I'm sure Marty Scurll, if he ever winds up back in the States wrestling, he'll probably wind up there. WWE ain't going to touch him because look at how they have no tolerance for that. They're not.
Well, AEW really doesn't either. You saw what they did with Sammy when they found out about his little stunt.
And what about Jimmy Havoc? He's no longer with the company because of whatever.
I'm saying of the bunch, that might be where he winds up, but I don't know if any of them are going to touch him. Marty Scurll might be like pigeonholed to Europe.
Because he got no one to blame but himself for that, though.
No,
Havoc banned from MLW because he was in both. He was in MLW too.
Yeah, for a short time.
Wow, it got quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what it's like this whole thing with the crossovers. We were talking about how you said it started in WWF, and I noticed it in WCW with New Japan, and you were mentioning another Japanese promotion, but you're seeing it with New Japan Ring of Honor. Now you're
They
seeing
did it with Impact back in the day. With TNA, they did it.
Yeah, they did Pro Wrestling Noah, I believe.
Yeah, all
That was
Japan.
more recent, though. Yeah,
All
they
Japan.
were doing Noah, but
GAC.
Impact got away from. I don't know if they're still doing that. But I remember.
No, well, not right now because of COVID reasons.
They're probably not doing much with Noah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I know. Back in the day, TNA and New Japan did stuff because the OG Wrestle Kingdoms were half TNA, half New Japan guys, and also, fun fact, Okada did his what they call excursion as a young lion in TNA.
Yeah, I do remember.
He was that Samoa Joe Green Hornet guy.
Yeah, he was a and Okada has said in many interviews that he attests his time in TNA to why the Rainmaker is the character it is. Like he loves the American culture, and he's big on American wrestling, as he says, you really need that aspect of wrestling to really.
Yeah, I remember when they had World Elite Team No Limit, Yujiro and Naito.
Yep.
Wasn't World Elite? Wait, is that Impact World Elite? Are you talking about?
Yeah, it was Eric Young's group.
Wasn't what's his name? Wasn't Eric Young involved in that?
Yeah, he was the leader.
Yeah.
Aldis was
he was
there.
the global
Williams,
champion at that point.
Rob Terry, Daivari.
Daivari. But Daivari went by another name.
There. Yeah, Sheik Abdul Bashir.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daivari.
He recently came back as Daivari.
Yep, he did. At the last not Final Resolution, but the one before it, he came back.
He's still there, right?
Yeah.
I don't really follow Impact. I'm done knocking it because it's got some really good talent. I just don't like the way.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you though, Chuck. And as I said to Ron the other day, Impact's a little goofy, and I really blame Tommy
at times.
Dreamer.
It does, but you got to have that comedy aspect for wrestling too, though.
Well, I get you need
that whole Johnny Bravo thing. That was goofy. It was
a little, and Dreamer was a little off. Was a little over the top for me doing all that nonsense.
I feel like
Dreamer. Yeah, but Johnny Swinger is freaking hilarious, though. Johnny Swinger is hilarious. He's goofy, but he's hilarious.
He's getting up there. He's not really got.
Oh no! I mean, he ain't going to be expecting him to become a world champion or nothing. But he's good for where his spot is on the roster.
I get what they're trying to do.
An old timer on the roster.
I get what they're trying to do in Impact, but I don't know. I can't get into it. I don't know.
It doesn't come off right.
Exactly. I know they're trying to go in the entertainment realm. They're trying to not compete with WWE or AEW, but they're trying to get that entertainment aspect down. But they do it stupidly, and I can't. I'm not amused by it. I don't find it funny.
But that's what AEW works, because they have being the elite, so they can do all the dumb shit there. And then Dynamite and Dark is where they shine with the stories and everything else. And yes, because of being the elite, guys like Silver and Reynolds are getting over.
John Silver's freaking hilarious. That dude is the man.
Yeah,
he's officially become the standout star of the Dark Order.
The Dark Order. The Dark Order are amazing on being in the elite, but I can't stand them on AEW TV. I don't like.
Where the hell is Lee? Where the hell is Brody Lee?
Ankle injury. He's got an ankle injury. I think he had to get ankle surgery or something.
That sucks.
My problem with it sucks too, because it was actually good up until they were unveiled Brody Lee as the Exalted One. It was still pretty good because they were a dominant faction. Okay, we have credibility. Once he lost to Cody Rhodes, the whole credibility, and he got injured. The whole credibility of Dark Order is gone. That faction's a joke. I'm sorry, I don't like Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. I didn't like them on the Indies. I don't like them as the Dark Order.
I think they're funny as hell, though.
It's funny on being the elite, but on AEW, I think it's stupid.
I don't know. I like the evolution of 5 and 10, though, the new outfits and all that. And I love what they're doing with the Queen Slayer.
I'm just not into it. I don't know. Like I feel like Dustin Rhodes is just gonna bury all of them and beat them all, and it's gonna kill their credibility. That's the direction they're going
You
into.
don't think 7 is coming into the Dark Order?
I don't think Dustin Rhodes is gonna beat 7. I think they're gonna either. Actually, that would make more sense if they did that. They're probably not gonna do that.
It would be great though, like to make something better out of a really bad WCW idea and turn it into gold.
Something good, but
So no pun intended, but I guess the pun
I get
makes
what you're
sense.
saying. Oh, that was actually perfect pun though. But I don't know, but it was a perfect.
Yeah,
pun.
it was. And I wasn't even planning it, and just like, oh shit, yeah, that works.
Delivery though, that was great. Like
Yeah.
no, that would make sense, but we'll see. I mean, I love AEW, but there are definitely things that AEW does where I get annoyed with them. So I'm like, why
Well,
would
you can say that with every company, though.
Oh, I know I do, and I do. Trust me. Oh, trust me, I do. I have my gripes at New Japan too. Everybody like, oh, Chuck, you're Mr. New Japan. You do everything Japan now, but they have their own shit too. How many 8-man tags can I fucking watch? How many of them do I really have to watch?
Well,
I mean, how many times do I have to watch Chase Owens and Bad Luck Fale and Kenta and Guido fucking wrestle Chaos members or Los Ingobernables members and watch. Actually, let me rephrase that. How many times am I going to watch Evil, Dick Togo, and Yujiro Takahashi fight Sanada, Shingo Takagi, and Bushi, and watch Dick Togo eat every fucking pinfall?
It's like it's kind of like, you know, again, it's what you just said there reminds me of overdoing matches in WWE. You repetitive shit gets boring and you want to see something else.
Yeah, New Japan is different because they do it as like tours, but like I do get like there are certain tours where I'm like I can't watch every card. It's the same thing. It's like, oh, I watch this match. I was like, okay, all right. It's like, how did Chase Owens eat the pinfall in this big 6-man tag? How did Guido lose me 80 points at fucking G1 again?
Oh yeah, that was that basically ended your season right there.
That was the problem. I mistimed my picks because what sucked was had the week leading into playoffs, had Sonata had a stronger showing, I probably would have made it.
Basically, if you would have had the week after the G1 that you would have had for the G1, you definitely would have made the playoffs.
I would have been like the top 4. Had I not lost all those points, I would have stayed top 4 the whole time. I don't think I would have made it out of there. But again, that fucking thing killed me. I got close, but then
yeah,
the mistiming of New Japan killed me.
I mean, Jay, Will Ospreay basically literally got you into the playoffs. All those appearance points of his got you into the playoffs. You made it by 1 point. You literally made it by 1 point. Yes.
Appearance points.
Get that AC.
Ospreay did help. And now I got to plan new strategies. Now that I've been watching so much wrestling, I'm going to have a better idea of who I'm going to use.
Ways to go around it. You see what I mean? Like, there's so much out there. Like, the trick is, you like, even New Japan, you can still blow your load with. New Japan is good to, like, stock up on for the season, but once the playoffs happen, watch who's.
We're talking about fantasy wrestling, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah,
I have a fantasy wrestling league.
Yeah, like Amanda, she's a good example. She does really well. She
and then come playoff time,
and then once she gets the playoffs, it's like too much New Japan. You gotta strategize.
Yes, this is why I tell people, one the golden rules: do not like draft from one promotion. Try to like space out your picks. Like me, I spaced out my picks. Like I pick from every promotion that starts the season, and I won. And look where I'm at now. I'm TLC away from winning the championship.
Oh, speaking of
well, yeah, and I mean, I came into it liking 2 promotions and knowing more, or 3 promotions, knowing 3 promotions. Now I know a hell of a lot more than I did, or being familiar with 4, but not really as familiar until now. And I'm just like, now I got so many choices,
and there's so many gems in every promotion, and it's
yep.
cool.
Don't get me wrong,
good guys get.
I've known about.
Go ahead.
I've known about all of them, but it's like now I'm like actively watching these other ones more. Like I was trying to watch Ring of Honor. I got annoyed by Ring of Honor. Now I'm watching it again and happy I am. I mean, New Japan, I'm really getting more into, you know, now that I'm like giving MLW a chance and with what NWA's doing. And then, oh God, the first match. Guys, should we put our attention to what we're watching on the screen now?
I mean, we can do both.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure we can
yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I was gonna say we should. Now they're doing the pre-show match. So yeah, we got Gable and Otis.
Screw
Daniel
Otis.
Bryan already in ring. Big E will be coming out next.
It's just kind of funny, like Gable's like mentoring Otis, but I don't know. Otis really irritates me.
Well, I mean, you know, Gable's the right person. He's a Triple Crown Tag Champion, so you know I wouldn't mind being mentored by Chad Gable.
Chad Gable is like one of the most underrated guys in wrestling right now.
I mean, if you're Otis, you would want to be in a team with Daniel Bryan and Chad Gable. Oh, and there he is, Big E.
I'm glad he went back to the old gimmick with that.
Yeah. Well, and he's got, isn't that his old theme music too, or is it newer?
No, he tweaked it.
Because yeah, he did. I mean,
but I'm glad.
It's funny though. He's still the voice in New Day.
I'm glad that he's out of the New Day because again, New Day stale.
Oh my God, stop hating.
Day stale.
But he's still the voice in New Day. You know,
I mean,
it's a New Day.
Tight.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
still him.
He came out with them for Survivor Series, so it's still tight. You know.
I know.
I mean, technically, you could say he's still in New Day. They're just split up right now.
Don't get me wrong. I love Kofi. I'm just tired of them always being the dominant team. Like, we need
Oh, boy. Here comes the two guys that got punished because of Riker's freaking comments.
We forgot them. Well, Riker's now with Elias on Raw, but we forgot them.
Who wants to walk with Elias? I love Elias. He's one of my favorite WWE made wrestlers in, like, the recent.
Oh, by the way, I would just like to point out a special congratulations to Wesley Blake. Him and Sarah Lee are expecting their third child.
Oh,
just wanted to point that out.
Cool. Congrats to Wesley Blake.
And it's Steve Cutler and is the other dude, right?
Yeah.
Steve Cutler's dating Deonna Purrazzo.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Yes, she's been posting tons of stuff with him. Yeah, Steve Cutler's in.
That's weird because I mean that's interesting because when she did the last interview I heard, she wasn't seeing anyone at the time. So I guess.
Yeah, apparently she's been posting a lot of photos on Instagram with Steve Cutler. So I don't know.
Oh,
there you go. How does that even? I guess that can work with because they're in like completely. I guess that works if you're both living in Florida.
Same way, Zack Ryder and Chelsea Green are still together when Chelsea Green's on a contract and Zack Ryder isn't.
Where is she?
She got hurt. She came back on SmackDown. You didn't see when she came back on SmackDown a few weeks ago and she got hurt.
I don't remember seeing her wrestle on SmackDown. I remember just seeing her show up.
It was a
By the way, I gotta tell you,
she lost.
I gotta tell you
she got hurt.
Random opinion: Sami Zayn is awesome right now. His disheveled, homeless look is fantastic.
Well, all I gotta say, hey, there's Big E, the winner of the Sammy Award for Superstar of the Year.
Yep.
Big E should be the one to take the belt from him, though. I think of anybody in these matches, like Daniel Bryan.
This was great.
Better than this.
This was hilarious. The Sammy Awards.
These are funny.
Love how much of an asshole he is.
He's so funny. He's great. I love it.
He's like Big E.
You know what? I'm still waiting to see Daniel Bryan Finn Balor match. That'd be a good one to see. That's like my dream current match of WWE.
Oh, that would be.
I want.
How is that going to happen unless one of them goes to NXT?
Or if
Balor comes back up.
Down.
Does Balor even want to come back?
Maybe you would think so. Starting to get run better. There's a reason why he went down. There's a reason why Ember went back down.
Yeah, because they were not happy.
But hey, Charlotte made it cool to go back down to NXT. Apparently,
she what?
She made it cool to go back down to NXT because now you're like, before Charlotte went back down, you almost looked at it as kind of demotion. But with Charlotte going back down, I was like, okay, now I can go back down to NXT and make a career.
Well, they want to make it a third brand officially, and they're also now what they're doing is they're going to do more NXT programming for like the Performance Center people that aren't
They're
featured
not
yet.
even recognized in the Slammies, and it's just like stop.
Yeah, they got their own awards.
They should be that's true, but they should be considered part of the main roster because, I mean, come on, Survivor Series the year before, and now they weren't involved in that, and they're.
Well, I think that was
probably-
more COVID than anything else. The reason why they didn't have NXT involved this year.
Well, right now, like it's all promotions are weird. Like New Japan's doing the New Japan Strong because of the pandemic. You know,
Yeah.
they're letting them travel to a point, but like I've been watching it. All this stuff was taped months ago. Like Kenta's calling out Moxley, that was taped months ago. That was back like over the summer they did that. They're just catching up on
that's
airings. Like
That's
Kenta,
true because you said Tyler Rex.
You just gotta be creative. That's all. How you handle it. That's all.
yeah.
Tyler Rutz
But
or
the
whatever.
way they did the storytelling with that, it's still they made it relative to the now.
going
They wrote it out months in advance. But yeah, like even though he called out Moxley, like that promo happened months ago.
So how are they going to transition with Rust in New Japan when he's basically it's WCW WWE because he's wrestling.
Well, there's a lot of
NXT
that
and
by
New Japan
chance
at the same
because
time.
I think because of right now the state of wrestling, I don't think they're offering contracts as much as you think. I don't think a lot of these guys are under contract. Like I don't think Danny Limelight is technically under contract to anybody. He's been
he just
killing it on New Japan Strong, but he's a fucking joke on AEW Dark apparently.
Yeah,
Even though his match with Matt Sydal last week was very good.
Yeah, it was.
I like Danny Limelight. And I also heard that
I liked his work better with Rocky. I liked his match better with Rocky, to be honest with you.
Oh, the match with Rocky Romero was good too. I like. I'm trying to think who else I like that they're kind of that you're seeing through all these. I love how Brian Pillman Jr. is like the fucking bee's knees in MLW, and he's the shits on AEW Dark and
no,
AEW.
they're starting to get his.
Well, he's been winning with.
Well, he's
Griff
starting new,
Garrison.
yeah. He's starting new, but
The
they
same
still.
with the Acclaim too. Now they got themselves a tag title match.
Yo, the Acclaimed are awesome. That's like one of my new favorite things in AEW right now. I like the Acclaimed.
I don't get the whole hand wiping thing. Do you?
It's funny.
Max Caster had the line of the year this year when he said to D3, it was like, D3, why are you named after a Mighty Ducks movie? I was crying when he
That
said
was funny. I'm trying to think who else I like. I like Alex Zane. He was on New Japan Strong. I heard WWE is high on him. They might be signing him. Cool. Alex Zane. His theme song is "The Downfall of Us All" by A Day to Remember.
Oh.
VSK, I remember VSK from NYWC.
I remember VSK.
And Victor.
Yeah,
and
I remember him.
My
from
sister-in-law
the
went to
other
my sister-in-law went to high school at VSK. Apparently,
he was horrible.
He grew up in Plain Edge.
He was horrible.
Was he? You said he wasn't
What's
good.
What's the name of that promotion that starts with a V?
Victory Pro Wrestling. I used to be on the street team for that with Vinny the Guido.
Of course you were, because you're in love with Vinny the Guido, Rod.
I'm a good friends with Vinny the Guido. But
of course you are, Jay.
So
I went to celebrity, of course.
What?
Of course you're friends with Vinny the Guido.
The man's a celebrity. What do you expect?
Yeah, okay, Rod.
I met him, but here's how I met him.
No,
I was in my old band with my buddy Pete, Rendered Conscious, and he's good friends with my friend Pete at the time. And he came to our show, and then it turned out, I'm in wrestling. And then we hit it off from there. And then I actually saw him at a VPW event managing.
Yeah, he was big on that event.
But I saw VSK, and he was the shits at the show I saw. He was botching shit left and right.
Was he?
But he's doing better now.
That's good. Yeah. He apparently my sister-in-law went to high school with him. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so apparently we were all out one time, me, Rod, and a bunch of our friends, and Vinny was there, and I pitched Vinny the Guido on the most ridiculous thing in the world. He literally was like eating out of the pomade. He's like, Vinny, I think Hollywood Drive-By should cover I Get Money. He goes, dude, you should. I'll use it.
You'll get so much
that way. I'm like, okay, Vinny. I'm like, okay, buddy.
Vinny's a good. I like. You know what, man? Vinny.
Vinny's an alright guy. I'm just messing. He's a good
He makes
dude.
me laugh. Like
I mean, Vinny's always been good by me, man.
He's a good
Always
dude.
been
I'm
good
only
by me.
messing around when I say stuff about him. I like Vinny. He's good people.
Yeah, so do
But
I, man.
Rod will say that Vinny the Guido is only one of two people that might be a bigger degenerate than I am.
He is really good at being hate. I mean, he gets a lot of heat as a manager, dude.
oh, he does.
Because he's irritating and stupid, and it's great. I mean, who else turns down Paris Hilton at a club because she's out of his league because he likes classier women?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Apparently, he calls up talk radio shows and curses out Shawn Michaels.
I have no idea.
Apparently,
John
Morrison got pushed to WWE.
Oh, because of Vinny Guido. Vinny Guido literally cut a line of superstars to go tell Vince to push John Morrison. And right after that happened, the Rockstar DVD came out. John Morrison got the Muscle Fitness cover, all because Vinny Guido talked to Vince McMahon and told him
now
to
we're
push John
seeing
Morrison.
firsthand that John Morrison is officially the Jannetty of that team. Johnny Jannetty.
Oh my God. I mean, he's the one who told Bobby
team?
Lashley to go to Impact.
Miz and Morrison. Hey.
Oh.
Ho, ho. Sean and Jannetty.
Yeah. He is like, and he went from being Johnny Impact to Johnny Sidekick.
He's beyond Johnny Sidekick.
Oh wow, this match,
was a good
match is breaking down.
His Johnny Mundo run in Lucha Underground was pretty good though. That I enjoy when he was with PJ Black and Jack Evans.
We're still watching the pre-match. Sorry, go ahead. We're still watching the pre-match.
Yep, and Otis is in now against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, boy.
Nakamura, man, he's getting a little stale.
Ooh,
I mean,
Papa Flapjack.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think one of two things needs to happen with Nakamura. I think either when the full crowds are back and it's safe and you can have pops again, he needs to turn face so he can get his fucking old theme song back and get over with that, or he needs to go back to New Japan and fucking either rejoin Chaos and fight against Will Ospreay and Empire, or join Ospreay and Empire and fight Okada with Chaos.
I think it was a mistake not to put the heavyweight belt on him. I mean, he is really good, but he's not being used the way he should be used.
Yeah, he really should, be
They flew him to the moon in NXT.
He was hot as hell.
And then, after feuding with Jinder Mahal and then AJ Styles, it's like he's just a heel. And you know what? It's again, WWE takes the value out of these guys.
Because they don't know how to use them. Again, I'm going to say this. I've been arguing this for like my entire life, knowing what I know about New Japan now.
Yeah.
WWE straight up does not know how to use Asian wrestlers, especially Japanese wrestlers. I've never really seen an overly standout successful Japanese wrestler in WWE. Like Funaki was more of a gimmick.
Unless you want to say Asuka.
I mean, except for Asuka.
Yeah, Asuka.
Like Asuka and Io Shirai are like the exceptions, but on a men's level, none of them. Like Tajiri had his moments, but Tajiri was never the guy.
Yeah, they dropped the ball with Kenta.
Big E. Oh, you start looking for the big end then.
Taka Michinoku had his due diligence, but Taka Michinoku was never the guy.
No, he wasn't.
No.
And you heard what I said. They dropped the ball with Kenta.
Kenta, they fucking don't know what the fuck they had with Kenta. You watch what he's
doing
now.
Tommy, right?
Yeah. They had no idea. I mean, the problem with Kenta, though, is that, and the good guys win.
Okay, so Biggie won.
Yeah, he pinned Sammy.
Meaning that we're going to get a Big E Sami Zayn match. That's okay. That'll be a good match.
Wow. This is such a disorganized episode, but I'm loving it.
This is what's going to happen. We're going to say we're going to do something. We're going to do it, but we're going to do it over the course of forever because we're going to go on 8 tangents about shit. This is all that me and Rod used to do. This is what me and Rod have done.
That's what I'm doing, and that's why this is attempting wrestling disorder.
But again, if you really pay attention to how we're doing it, we are, with our ADD, tying it back. We still keep going back to, if you really pay attention to what we're doing, keep going back to the 2 ideas we want to discuss, though. We still keep going across
Me
overs.
and
We still
paying
keep touching the
attention
pay-per-view.
is I don't get along with paying attention.
Neither do I.
I never did in school. I never did in school. I'm
They told
trying.
me I had ADD. I don't think it's real. I just think it's, I'm unorganized, but I'm organized congruently. It works.
You know what I call it? I call it JDD because, I mean, when I went to the Warp Tour, where this is off wrestling, but I remember I went to the Warp Tour and my friend Brandon was like following me everywhere at the point. I said, Brandon, just go do your own thing because I don't know where the hell I'm going. I kept bouncing from stage to stage to stage.
I've gone to so many Warp Tours. That's like the festival I miss of all festivals. Because Warp Tour, like all of high school, I went every year of high school. I didn't go for years, and I went like the last like 5 years I did it. I went every year, and it was phenomenal. The last like 4 of them I went to when they were great.
Firefly Carol? What?
Oh,
Sorry,
boy.
Oh man. Oh, we can go back into it. We can sweep it. This I'm excited about. Orton and Wyatt. Like this is a good feud. Like it's good storytelling.
It picks up from that WrestleMania.
Yeah.
What WrestleMania was it?
2017.
Yeah.
That was a horrible, like, I don't like what they were doing in that WrestleMania was a little ahead of its time. Do you remember, like, the images appearing on the mat? Do you guys remember that? During that match, the images appearing on the mat?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Cool.
That was stupid.
I mean,
now it works well with the Firefly Funhouse doing shit like that, but it didn't work before with the whole Sister Act. I don't think it worked. I think it was just stupid projecting images on the mat. I get what they were trying to do, but the effect didn't work.
Yeah, I'm kind of like half watching this preview right now, and I'm just like, I like the feud, but like it's good now again. And I feel like they're almost making Bray Wyatt the babyface, which is weird because Bray Wyatt's not really a babyface.
Well, he was for a little bit with Matt.
Yeah, but I wasn't into it. It was like, okay. I feel like
because they didn't know how to do it. Matt Hardy was going to make him like, his like, have him be like his apprentice and do random chores at the Hardy compound, but that never came to be because all
Matt Hardy
Vince
got
cared
injured
about
and then
was,
they scrapped
I love your laugh.
And then they scrapped it. The Alexa Bliss stuff is good with this. That's what's kind of making the whole Bray Wyatt thing interesting, is having Alexa Bliss tied in.
I think Alexa's playing the boat, right now. To be honest.
What happened?
Yeah, but she's on vacation right now.
What do you mean?
Alexa, that's why she's not there. She's on vacation.
Oh, right. They do they do that stuff. But
apparently wrestlers get vacation too, guys. Did you know?
That was like a new thing they implemented a few years ago, like when Finn Balor got married and all that. But whatchamacallit, she would be perfect for this match though, because remember she said who's manipulating who? I think she
might be back tonight.
Two of them, to be honest.
She's probably back tonight. I mean, she's been off a couple of weeks. They probably gave her the few weeks off, and now she's back, and she's probably going to be involved in this match. She's probably coming back for this match.
Do you think she's going to turn on Bray?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Because that who's playing who, maybe she jumped in Randy's arms when the lights were off to make it look like that he grabbed her to make the Fiend show his weakness.
It could be. We'll see. That's what I want to see. That a match I'm excited about. Another match I'm trying to think what else is also going on. Like that's gonna be a good one.
I'm excited about AJ McIntyre.
That's gonna be a good match. I hope that AJ Styles wins and Miz double crosses him and takes the belt.
That would be like
the only way that angle would make sense.
It sucks though for Drew because he just got the belt back.
Yeah. And it's like, but right now, the way like the state of wrestling is, I feel like he's only got the belt because they don't know what to do without an audience. They're trying to like build that real pop back up. I still have a feeling that at some point Randy Orton's going to still win that belt back, and eventually it's going to be Edge and Randy for the belt.
Well, McIntyre is, if there are fans there, they would have his back because McIntyre right now is the it guy.
Yeah,
I agree.
He's hot right
He
now.
be getting that LOD
Red hot,
freaking
dude.
pop right now. If you know, like
Well, it's like Roman Reigns is a great heel right now. Hey, Rob, remember that conversation we had in our first podcast ever 4 years ago where you were getting all bent out of shape that the fans were booing because Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble? Remember that?
yeah. And then because Batista won the Rumble, they wanted Roman to win, and then next year happens, and they all like turned on him.
And now you're finally seeing what we've all been saying for years, Rod, where he is so good as a heel and is best for business. I've been saying what they're doing with Roman Reigns now. I've been saying since that podcast they needed to do with him. That's 4 years, dude. I've been saying that crap for minutes, not for days, not for hours, not for weeks, not even months now. Years now.
Right.
Years.
It's 7 o'clock. What do you guys want to do?
I think we should run down. I think we should run down the card. We'll run down the TLC card. We'll watch TLC, and the next one we'll really touch on the crossover stuff more. Like I really think like we'll ADD, but if we like focalize it around one topic, not two, I think it'll do better. Yeah. I mean, we're still gonna go off on every other tangent anyway.
I don't think we really covered crossovers the way we should have, but
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. We could probably make a whole like 2 hours on just crossovers.
Yeah, I agree. Right now, let's see.
We can make anything 2 hours. The way we are, we can make any conversation last 2 hours about this.
You know what's so funny? And I'm watching this Roman Reigns commercial now.
The leukemia one.
What's that?
He's like a heel, but then of course, for that commercial.
Yeah.
Because he had leukemia, so you can't even like.
Yeah, I know that.
That.
I'm aware. I just think it's like, all right, weird. It's like this is the real Roman Reigns, and then you have,
again, Jim Cornette's roll over in his grave over that.
Oh my God. It's probably going around going to say Roman should be fired for that.
But I mean, it's important. No, what Roman's doing to
it's a good
awareness,
cause.
That is important.
No, it's a good cause.
It's just how can you hate this guy when he's, you know what I mean? How can you hate this guy? There he is with all kids talking about, awareness for leukemia. How can you hate this guy?
Well,
we're supposed to hate this guy.
Well, that's it. Again, it's gonna backfire because he's a great heel now, and they're manipulating you to boo them on the Thunderdomes. They want you to boo these people.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Tell the story, Chuck. Tell the story.
Oh shit! I gotta tell us before we wrap up. I'm gonna tell a story. So, Rod, a few weeks ago, actually when Shanice was here last, that Monday night, I took a week off from work. I was watching the Thunderdome. I actually got in, so they had me sign in at a certain time. You're not really on that long. They just they have you do a certain segment. They have you go in, they direct you what to do, and then when it was a Randy Orton entrance, and they were telling us you have to boo this guy, you have to boo him, you got to boo him.
Are they talking to you on a microphone or messaging you?
It was a microphone in the app, on the website. It's a microphone and like you're visually, it's like almost like Zoom, but it's.
So the booing and cheering, they're real. They're not just sound effects.
I think it's the fans that are being taught to do it, and I think they're auditing the Eddie. I think what they're doing is, like the fans who are on the Thunderdome are doing.
They did it.
What'd they do?
They won't be going 0-16, thank God.
They won?
No 0-16 for the Jets. They did it.
Huh? The Jets won.
So Rod's watching the Jets game, and he's watching the wrestling at the same time.
Yes.
That's what we do.
So happy. Alabama won for me last night. The Jets won for me.
New Japan Strong and watching Home Alone the other night, so I get it.
I feel like I'm the Michael Cole of this group.
God, you're the
I'm the
God. That's a terrible role to have.
Well,
I need a Byron Saxton.
I am totally Corey Graves.
I kind of want to be Corey. Well, I don't know. I feel
you
like
gotta understand. I am the heel to Rod's babyface.
I'm happy.
I'm not really Michael Cole. I think I'm more Graves because I'm the one who's been cursing and stuff. But I feel like I don't know.
I don't think it's really the same dynamic. I think it's a different dynamic.
Maybe I'm the Excalibur. Yeah,
I think it's a matter of comparing. I don't think we can. I don't want to be Taz.
Oh no, I played the Tony Schiavone.
Mr. Starbucks over here. At least you're not Mr. Dunkin' Donuts, Rod.
Oh my God.
What did you think? Well, you know what? Finish telling your story, Chuck.
Oh shit! Let's tell the story.
Because
Yeah,
you
let's go
didn't
back.
tell it.
So they want me to boo him heavy. So finally, I'm like, I'm not booing this guy. I'm like, yeah, Orton, whatever. And within like 3 seconds, they booted me off because I was cheering for Orton.
Wow.
And it
I
was
heard
funny
stories
because I
about
even
that.
They're trying
said,
to manipulate crowd response in this.
Yeah.
Thing. They're trying to manipulate their
and
agendas.
it's funny because you can say to me, Jay, you're complaining so much about like WWE. Why the hell are you watching it? Because it's WWE and I grew up on it, but I still have a problem with things they're doing. So yeah, I could be a hypocrite. I'm still watching it, even though shit they do bothers me.
No,
And you can say the same.
Exactly. You know, I hate when people act like you can't like bash a promotion if you like it. If you don't like something about a promotion, you should be able to voice your opinion about it. That don't make you a hater of the promotion.
I don't hate WWE. I just hate certain parts of it. What's my argument to everybody? I always tell it wrestling. I'll say this for the rest of my life. You got to learn. There's so much good wrestling. There's alternatives. Like, take it at face value. If you don't like this product, don't watch it. Again, I don't hate Impact, but I don't care for it. I just choose not to watch it. I don't bury it anymore. I spent a lot of time burying TNA back in the day because I thought it sucked, but...
Oh, God, yeah. We had many conversations
I
about
tried
that.
to watch the Hogan era, and I couldn't do it. I tried.
Wait, hold on.
and
We
I
starting
did.
off with the WWE title match? Wow.
What the?
This is how we started. I thought this was going to be the main event. This is how we started.
No, I think
off?
Owens Roman's going to take it.
What?
I guess this match isn't going to amount to anything. Well, we are like a month away.
This is like what they did back in the day, guys. Remember when SmackDown had more main events than Raw on pay-per-views?
Wow,
yeah, when Brock Lesnar was there when I didn't watch.
During the Brock era, the first Brock era, it was like SmackDown was more in the forefront than.
I feel like when they first did, I feel like every time they do the initial brand splits, SmackDown always starts out the stronger roster, but with time they always try to fucking flagship Raw. Like no matter what happens.
I don't know.
Remember what happened back in 2010 when Impact moved to Mondays and they overloaded the Raw roster to combat that?
I don't agree with this at all because these guys are not openers.
No, let me go on the card. And actually, let's go into segue and wrap up before we watch this. So.
I really hope this.
Just for the record, I'm rooting for Drew here because he was one of my 2 picks, so
of course
I need him to win.
Well, we all know
honestly, I can go either way. I like both of them.
Honestly, the fucking tag title
Reigns was the younger, so if Drew and Reigns wins, my 4th championship. Here I come.
Honestly, the tag title match should have been the first match.
I agree.
Because
hold on, which one?
Day stale.
Which one?
New. Day stale.
Oh, the Raw tag team. Yeah, maybe there's 2 tag title matches.
Stay with me, guys.
I agree. Like that should not be later. Just get it over with. This right here, I'm angry already. This is the reason I still watch WWE because of these 2 guys.
And they're putting it as the first match. I guess we have to watch the rest of the pay-per-view. Ah, well. It's good night.
I mean,
these great pay-per-view. We'll do it again next time.
It made sense when Seth and Brock were first in WrestleMania, I guess, because, let Brock leave early. He's the heel. He doesn't, everyone's saying he doesn't really want to be there and all that.
No. I would say, if you want my opinion, the tag title match should have been first.
Yeah.
I would have done the women's tag title second. I would have done 2 tag matches first. And then I would have done...
Don't do tags back-to-back. It's done. I don't like tags back-to-back. You got to...
All right, then they should have done the SmackDown women's title second. Okay, so we'll do the... Yeah. They should have done the men's tag, then the women's title
unless
first.
They plan on...
Second. Because let's call it like it is. Actually, you're right. You know why? I agree with you. You know why? Because the women's tag match is going to be the piss break match.
Why do you say that, though? Because I mean, maybe
unless they have a fucking stacked mystery partner for Asuka, that match is going to be a piss break.
Dude, it could be Charlotte. It could be.
Io
You're right.
Shirai.
Maybe Ripley. Could be Ripley.
I'm hoping it's Io Shirai Rhea. I want someone new in there.
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, I disagree with the whole piss break thing now because I think the women are so damn talented, in WWE in this era.
That's the best thing
I've
I
got
got.
to give Lana credit. As much as I've been shitting on her, I mean, I like this underdog thing she's doing.
I don't know.
And I have. And yeah, she is more diva than wrestler, if you ask me. And I.
Oh no, she definitely is.
I feel that they're at least showing a different side of her, and it's kind of.
Yeah. Also, we're gonna bury you because your husband talked shit about us on the other program.
Which
do
is
you
why,
think?
You know what? I'm glad
really
you said that.
Do you really believe that, though?
Yes, because we're going to find out just how petty Vince could be because if Carmella wins tonight, then you know how petty Vince can be.
That's true.
Well, why? I mean, why is that petty if Carmella wins? Did Sasha do something?
No, because Snoop Dogg's going to be on AEW.
Dynamite.
And that's her cousin, so.
Oh, yeah.
You know how petty Vince can be.
Vince is known for doing petty shit. Come on, let's call it.
So that's not just like internet rumor talk.
No, Vince could be petty like that.
Oh no, I do know that. I do know.
No, they've been promoting on Dynamite that I think it's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it is. I know. Snoop Dogg will be there. The second New Year's one. Yes.
Yeah. I think it's more of we're speculating that Vince is petty, and we'll see if Vince is petty.
Oh man, I am fucking pissed.
That sword is clutch.
Right, this is gonna be a great match. You just didn't expect it to open the show.
Should not be the opener because because these two are gonna really put on a battle, and then what? Then
what's gonna follow this? What are you gonna try? The next match is gonna be a piss break by default. Yo, I changed my opinion.
McIntyre and Styles, you can't.
I changed my opinion. Whatever follows this is an immediate piss break.
Yeah, I mean
the next match is a piss break. It is.
Owens and Reigns.
The next match might be a SmackDown match more than likely.
So we're looking at probably Sasha Banks and Carmella, and it's going to be the piss match.
What's his name, by the way? Is it Almos or Omos?
Omos.
Without a T?
It's good that they found something else for him to do after Raw Underground ended.
And also, he was the big, tall ninja of Akira Tozawa's, too.
I know exactly who he is, but it's just
saying.
like, I just didn't know his name.
Yeah, they just gave it to him. I like him, though.
I like him, too, and the fact that he does talk.
Okay. I love when AJ's like, oh, my God, you talk? I got so many questions.
Yeah.
You know who's great? Matt Riddle, bro.
I like Matt Riddle. I can't stand Riddle. And I actually like Riddle now. He was annoying me for a while, but I like Matt Riddle, and I don't like that they're just calling him Riddle. Because
I'm okay. I'm over it. I'm fine with it. I'm over it. I'm over it.
I'm over a lot of stuff. But I don't know, man. I'm watching this match right now, and I'm just like, all right. I mean, seriously. Vince, what is wrong with you?
Vince is old and out of touch, straight up.
Well, yeah, well.
That's the answer. There is no other answer. There's no other logical reason.
If you're building hard, you put them on maybe, if you don't want them to headline, you put them on either, third or second to last. Or no, you sandwich something in between them.
Right, I would say, I would have said, keep Owens, Mac, and Roman main event. Put the women's tag titles before it. Give them the snoozer between the two matches, and have that be the third to last. The card should have been.
Sad when.
I'm gonna say what my card is. This is what the card should have been. Now that I look at these matches.
Okay, let's hear it.
Obviously, the pre-show was the pre-show. The Raw tag title should have been the first match.
Right.
The women's title, the SmackDown women's title should have been second. That should have been second. Well, the problem too is also that there's way more Raw matches than SmackDown matches.
True.
Like there's
But
only 2 SmackDown matches and everything else is Raw matches.
Yeah, the
Wait a minute.
Universal and Women's titles.
Yeah,
Technically, there were 3 SmackDown matches.
because the pre-show is a SmackDown.
Yeah.
I'm saying on the regular card, everything else is Raw matches, so it's hard. So I would almost say you would have like a SmackDown sandwich of almost like have the New Day, obviously the tag titles on Raw be first, have the women's title be the second match. I would have put Wyatt and Randy in the middle. Put
I mean, they're coming out of
this
the gates
match.
right now. They're coming out of the gates strong right now, man.
That's what I'm saying. They should have done this after Orton and Wyatt, done the piss break women's tag title match, and then the final match be Reigns and Owens. Is what they should have done.
Oh my God, this.
Unless you had, because every match has potential on this card. I mean, the 2 women's matches are kind of, to me, are filler. Even though they're great wrestlers and it's talent, the way the build-up is for what they need to do with the matches, they're not there. Like I'm invested in. Actually, the Raw Tag Title is probably the match I'm least invested in.
This is my match right here. This is my match.
This is
right
the
here.
match. This is the match we all wanted to see. AJ Styles is one of the best
First
guys.
time,
in WWE.
I mean,
Both of these guys are.
my thing is though, like this is
phenomenal.
This is a first time
There you go.
matchup. So since this is a first time matchup, it shouldn't be the first match. KO,
Yeah,
we've seen KO
you're
Reigns
right.
before. We've seen KO.
We
Reigns
have
before.
seen KO Reigns when KO was the Universal Champ. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
This
but
is a
it's a
first-time
different.
match,
but it's not the same story. It's the same wrestlers, but it's a different story.
It's a different. You're right, Chuck. It's a different story, but
it makes it's a better story now. Like
yeah,
again, like on the indies and like in other promotions, yeah, Kevin Owens or Kevin Steen even is one of the best fucking heels in wrestling. But when you bring it into a different environment, a bigger beast like WWE, the guys that are like predominantly heels in the indies become the most over baby faces, and the guys that are the super baby faces get old and annoying, and they become great heels. Look at Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are the prime example.
I like
how
AJ
it
either
shouldn't
way.
be. Kevin
I
Owens
like
and Sami
AJ.
Zayn. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are the exact point of what I'm trying to make. On the indies, Sami Zayn El Generico was like the biggest baby face ever. Kevin Owens,
Now
Kevin
he's like
Steen,
the biggest asshole.
fucking heel. Now in WWE, Kevin Owens is a way better baby face, and Sami Zayn's a way better heel for what that product is.
I don't know about that. I still feel that Owens is an amazing heel. I mean, when he is the mean guy, the guy who will just attack you from behind and beat the shit out of you, not the guy who cowers.
Right, and that's the type of heel he was and should be. And Kevin
I
Owens
liked
too.
when he was, you're just my family. I do this for my family. I don't care about any of you. This is not about you. Now it's like I'm the sympathy role with the family. But when he was doing it as a heel,
it was great.
Yeah, and Sammy as the shortcut guy, the guy you want to see him get his ass kicked because he's such an irritating.
Well, that's what he's doing now, and it's
but
great.
He's so good at it.
That's what I'm saying. But he was also but it's funny too, because if you watched him as a babyface, he was a great babyface, especially at NXT.
Yeah, he was, but
when he won the NXT title, you all fucking were out of your seats, fucking ecstatic.
Oh yeah,
but he had it for such a short time.
Yeah, he really had that for he had a couple. He had that for almost a cup of coffee.
Yeah, he had it until.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Again, I would say, yeah, the card is probably going to be really weird. Well, I don't know if this is going to wind up being the card, but this is how they have it listed on Wikipedia. I know that's like the most inaccurate source ever, but.
Go.
But I wouldn't be surprised if this is the order they do it in. Actually, no, they're not going to do it in this order because this is a stupid order, but they might do that.
Remind me the order that you're thinking?
So, they have it next listed as Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, but I doubt that's going to be next. I have a feeling the women's title is going to be next. Then they'll do...
Why are you putting all of the meat, like, it's like bread first, meat in the middle, You know what I
I
mean?
mean, a good wrestling card should be booked like a sandwich. Oh, look at that garbage Rod's drinking.
Oh, stop hating. You mean the elite
Rod,
beer.
drink real beer. Oh, but I will
I
product
drink the
place.
boat and goat
I
beer,
did pick up some
so-
gems. I can't drink them because I'm dealing with some stuff. I'm personally choosing not to drink right now, but I did acquire some
I can't
gems,
drink
guys.
beer either because I'll be honest. I've been dealing with kidney stones, so I'm not going to drink beer for a while.
I just got off antibiotics, but I didn't know you were dealing with kidney stones. Check this out. But when I'm ready to drink again, I got some gems, gents. I got 2 bottles of a little bit of the bubbly.
That's what I need, yeah.
Oh, man!
Wait, Drew climbing, man.
I was saying.
God, AJ with a chair shot to the
You
leg.
can still get it. I think you can still get it, Jay. And I also got, I did a swap with a friend. I got the Undertaker one.
Oh, so is this actually?
I didn't know those were out already. I want that Ultimate Warrior bottle. I want that Ultimate Warrior bottle.
Is this his brand?
Yeah,
is this his thing?
Yeah.
Mark Calloway. It's a Mark Calloway approved and all that.
Yeah.
I want that Ultimate Warrior bottle. That's what I want. I'm not a wine drinker, but I want that bottle. That bottle looks sick.
I mean, it's gonna be a while until I drink these, but yeah, I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see if there's another affiliated.
Where did you order it?
I ordered me and a friend of mine did a swap. I ordered the bubblies. I gave him a couple bottles, and he ordered the wine. So we did a swap because they were about the same price.
So he got the Warrior bottle too.
No, he didn't get the Warrior bottle.
If I order bubbly next week or next week.
2 bottles for $50.
Maybe we should all just drink that shit while we're doing this.
Yeah, in a little while. Like I said, I'm taking a little break from drinking, but when I'm ready to drink again, we will definitely do that.
After what
and
I
also,
just said,
Jay, they do it in bottles of 2, so you're gonna have tons of bubbly. It's 2 bottles for $50. They only sell them as twofers.
Oh, that's cool.
That explains why they're selling out so fast.
Yeah, that's because they're selling them in bulk.
I mean, if you're a wrestling fan and obviously I expect more wrestling fans to be watching this. You know what a little bit of the bubbly is.
Yeah.
I am so the Michael Cole because I'm the explainer of the group.
I'm not explaining. I just like what I like.
Oh, catapult into the chair.
Oh, you're totally the play-by-play guy. You're the J by J guy. You're Rod. He's the J by J guy. He's the J by J guy.
J by J. I love it.
You're the J by J guy.
RJ Show, J by J guy. I'm into it.
He's the J by J guy. Rod's drinking his Coors Light, his Miller Lite. By the way, when I go to a bar and I ask for water, I actually expect a Coors Light.
Drew making that slow climb to the top.
Drew just went to the wow. We are doing this different like other people.
I like it. Oh, God, a chair shot.
They're doing this all ass backwards.
And you know what? That's cool because no one's done. I mean,
you know what though? This actually worked out for this sake because at least we got this match, us talking about it.
And we can figure out like what works and what doesn't.
Yeah,
what we're doing.
Because I'm thinking after this match, maybe we'll wind this one down and we'll scheme for the next one.
Yeah.
We'll do the next one.
All I'm saying, I'm happy. Finally, my faith was validated.
Are we winding down the show or are we going to keep going? Because we've been at this for an hour now.
I know we're almost an hour and a half. I think we should start winding down just because I don't know what else to discuss.
Yeah.
I feel like we touched on most, but the only thing we didn't really touch on was the crossover more. That was the only thing. But I feel like.
All right, timing, so next time maybe.
Let's really touch on crossover. Hang on. We'll touch crossover
in a few days.
We'll really touch on the crossover. And I think now that we've test blasted this, I think we should really try and stick to one focal subject. Because we're going to touch on everything else anyway, but we'll focalize it on the one and build around it. Because there's no way we're going to be
very important because whether AEW is doing it that way, but it just seems like the wrestling world is like a gigantic comic book right now.
And it's awesome. And I think I think we should really devote a whole podcast to just that. And Barry does that. Because because the tangents we do, it'll make sense for that anyway. Because it's because the wrestling world is a tangent in itself.
Exactly.
It's a tangent in itself. You got two versions of Team Filthy with Tom Lawler. You got Danny Limelight wrestling everywhere. You got Tyler Rust, you know, everywhere too.
Looking for that Styles
and he was
clash.
also in the Ring of Honor because he was not only was he
Future Shock DDT.
Pure Cup. He was in the Pure tournament.
TJP appearing in 3 promotions.
Yeah.
TJP and ML. Yo, we didn't even. I mean, at some point, I want to talk about the Tank. I want to talk about ACH's transformation. There's so much fucking shit to talk about.
Exactly.
It's great. This is a glorious time to be a wrestling fan right now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, now is the time to be a fan. Like, there's so many options. That's why I always say, like, take everything at face value. See what you like. If you don't like WWE, don't watch it. there's other brands within WWE that are better or different or whatever. You don't like Impact, don't watch Impact. You don't like AEW, don't watch AEW. You don't like New Japan?
He just took out his leg.
Oh,
See,
God.
this is crazy. Like, we're talking about this while we're watching TLC. Not really talking about TL. We could fucking just talk about TLC as it's going, but that's not where we're doing it right now. And AJ is working the leg.
He is doing the heel thing.
Working the leg. Yeah.
Well, that's more though. You know, it's hard to climb if you
ladder.
only got one good leg.
The ladder. Oh man. If this move is done wrong, he can really hurt his leg.
For sure.
Do you think there's going to be like do you think there will be some actual damage after this? I mean,
well, match like this, yeah, you go, oh God, that's gotta be excruciating.
You know what else I think we should do with time? Not right away, but like we'll get a few in and we'll get it like accustomed.
Yeah.
Have guests on it. Let's like invite people in, like one person, not like everybody, just like one person.
Yeah, like one person we can have like guests. Yeah, no, I like that idea.
Like you know,
maybe for example, we like invite different people from the fantasy league.
Yeah, invite like Amanda or
Mark.
Or any of them.
Maybe we can get Chuck. Maybe we can get Brian.
Yeah.
We can get Brian.
Good.
Because I got like 5-6 different people tell me they got people who want to join the league for next season. So
tell them who Brian is.
The league is growing.
You tell them who Brian is.
I can't think of the name. Oh, Brian Idol is well, he's an indie guy who is apparently, you know.
He's been on NWA though. He was on he was just on
Evolve.
Was it Evolve? No, it was on something else. Oh, yeah. It might have been Evolve.
He was on the Evolve special.
I feel like I just saw him on. Was it Evolve or was it NWA? I saw him on one of them.
Yeah, I think you did say you saw him on NWA, but I saw him on Evolve. He changed places with Paul Heyman.
All right, I saw him on both then. Okay, I've seen him on both then. Right.
He's a promoter, a wrestler. He's
sound guy.
But well,
I successfully watched Jester get into an argument with him because Jester didn't like his sound check.
He did have.
By the way, Jester is Adam Kaplan, Rod.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh man.
Rod knows Kaplan.
That the calf crusher?
Yeah, first it was the ladder, now it's the chair.
Oh. Actually, maybe I shouldn't point the phone at the TV for like copyright, all that nonsense.
Yeah, and that's the other reason why I didn't want to go too much into it, because I don't want to like have the whole thing while we're like chatting, but like the one match is like all right.
Because I'm like,
that's fine. No, I agree.
I don't want people. I don't want to like people listen to us and they're busy with other things and they don't watch it yet. Like I don't want to spoil anything. Like I know I'm an asshole and I accidentally spoil sometimes.
Duh. True.
That's why I wanted to do it prior. Like the pre-show, who the fuck's gonna cry about the pre-show? Only Rod, because only Rod gets butthurt about pre-show spoilers.
Oh, pipe down over there.
Rod, you totally get mad about pre-show spoilers.
Oh yeah, cool. Heel turn too, I heard.
Oh, let me get me started with that.
Started with what?
The Bailey heel turn last year.
Oh, Rod.
How long is she supposed to be a
Jay,
face?
Did you see that meme with the little kid crying?
Yes.
That was actual footage of Rod.
I know. It was hilarious.
That was actual footage of Rod crying. I can only imagine how many remotes Rod broke over that.
Don't feel too bad, Rod. I almost threw a chair at the TV when Mr. McMahon outsmarted Austin and won the Rumble.
Oh, I
thought I was losing my damn mind.
No, you want to watch Rod get upset and really blow gas about wrestling? Ask him about the Montreal Screwjob.
showing
Oh, no,
my
no,
age
hell
by that
no. Hell no. Worst night in the history of wrestling.
Rod's favorite
Say
event.
it again. I didn't hear you.
Rod's favorite wrestling event, the Montreal Screwjob.
Mm-mm.
That was yeah, man. That made me
Worst
angry too because
birthday ever. Worst
I'm a
birthday
Bret
ever.
Hart guy.
Worst
I'm a Bret
birthday
Hart-
ever. That literally happened on my birthday that year.
I had to do it.
When what? Ooh, you
There's a good-
understand? I almost flipped my cake over.
What year
Rod
was
would've-
that?
Rod
That was
actually would've flipped-
90
So, Rod, had Bailey turned heel on your birthday, would you have actually flipped your cake over?
It's possible.
Rod's most angry moment of wrestling, Bailey's heel turn. Oh, I messed with Rod for like 2 weeks.
You want to know something funny? I actually gasped, and I didn't even realize it. I gasped when Omega, did the heel turn. I'm like, oh wow.
I was happy he did it. He needed it heel turn.
He
Kenny
did
Omega,
need it. It was just like, okay, this is how he's doing it. Wow. Okay. Cool.
Him and
he's
Phoenix
such a
great
good
match, though.
he's such a good heel, Kenny Omega. Like, he's a good babyface too, but he's such a better heel. He's another one who needs to be a heel.
I agree.
Like the heel brothers as heels are good too. I'm glad they turned heel finally too. They don't
It
work
was
as baby.
about. I mean, it's cool to kind of see them, both ways. But I think, you know what? Some guys are just stronger as heels. McIntyre can do both, just like Styles can do both. Owens is a better heel.
Miz is a better heel.
Who?
The Miz is a better heel.
Miz is a better
The
heel.
Miz is garbage.
Oh my
as a
God,
babyface.
thank you. One of my boys just got like another network account to use, so now I won't have that freaking stupid multiple stream thing popping up on my screen now.
Who else is a better? Oh, it's one thing. Kofi Kingston was a great heel. Let me tell you.
Yeah, he was obnoxious. I mean, Xavier, the New Day as heels were just obnoxious, but it got boring after a while. I mean, either way.
The problem is that they got over as heels.
Yeah.
They were heels. Rod, why did they turn the New Day's heel?
Oh my God, people are hating, man.
Rod was so mad when they turned the New Day heel. He was like, man, they're freaking haters. Man, shoot.
But they needed to be heels because they weren't doing well as faces, and now they're.
Because it was garbage. It was a joke.
Sorry, Rod, but they're Cena over right now.
Oh, I know.
And that's not good.
What's Cena over? The New Day?
Yes.
Don't tell
Cena
Rod that.
over
It can be argued that the New Day is the greatest tag team in WWE in the last 5 years. It can be argued.
I can't really disagree with that, even though
I'm trying to think of who would be better, but I mean,
really not. No, you
Cesaro,
really can't.
anything that Cesaro's done in a tag team has been phenomenal.
You could say the Usos. You realize how great the Usos really could have became if it wasn't for all their off the ring shenanigans, all the G-Wees and stuff.
Jey Uso's killing it.
Were pretty good too. I mean, they had the tag division on lockdown, pun intended, for a while.
Hey, I was all about the Uso Penitentiary, man.
I love the Uso Penitentiary. I mean, they could actually.
Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary.
They can do it now as heels again.
I know. I want
I'm
them
like
to.
yelling. I'm sure my neighbors are going to be like, "Why
I'm yelling. We're all yelling because we're passionate. This is what we do.
Yeah, I know.
And by the way, Jay, we're still not as loud as Rod.
Suplex.
What?
And the thing is, we're not as loud as Rod.
God,
I'm waiting for my neighbor to complain.
That's why eventually I'm going to have to sign off. I'm going to eventually have to quiet down. But also, like I said, we'll start segueing just because I don't want to give away the pay-per-view.
I don't want to give it away either.
I mean,
but I'm liking the conversations we're having while we're doing this.
Go ahead, Rod. Say what you're saying. All right.
No, I'm saying, but I'm liking like the format though, like this idea. But like I said, I think if we do this, let's stick to the one subject. Like tonight, we really should have more just stayed on this and not just.
Yeah.
But this was
a trial.
But this is the test play.
This is a pilot episode.
This may still not work. We have to reconfigure anyway. We'll see.
It's a pilot episode. Now people know what they're in for.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's got to be structured in the next one.
No, yeah, we'll do it like when there's only like one event that weekend.
Yeah,
like this weekend we had final battle.
Or if there's multiple events, what we could do is we could actually do this depending on how this pans out. We could do like 2 of them at a time, but we just have to like
January
organize
6th,
them.
guys. There's another MLW's got their event on the 6th, I believe, too.
Yeah.
With Leo Rush coming in to take for the whatever they're calling their version of the cruiserweight title.
Right.
So so 3 weeks from Monday the season starts, just to give you guys a heads up.
The new season.
Okay.
So that means that I can't draft for Wrestle Kingdom. Now I gotta fucking reevaluate. Son of a bitch, Rod. You guys fucked this season up.
Hey, talk to Amanda about that, not me. She's the one who's traveling.
So listen, guys.
Yes.
God.
Here we can talk. I mean, we'll do crossovers next. Another future topic to talk about is factions, because you have like Contra, you have.
There's so many.
Business, you got the foundation,
New Japan,
LFI.
Yeah,
I think faction works depending on product.
I don't think. Oh shit! What the? I don't think New Japan is that the Miz. I'm keeping my mouth shut right now. Don't talk about it.
Let's not. Oh, I see what's going on. Oh, of course, you knew this was coming. You knew this was coming.
Is WrestleMania happening? Is WrestleMania happening?
Good.
I think you know where I'm going.
Right, almost better.
We're talking code here.
Yeah.
Code.
I'm talking Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. What?
7 for all.
I mean, we all know it's gonna happen. Or you mean The Rock and Roman Reigns?
Okay, my question: why is almost not getting in this ring and stopping this right now? Is what I want to know.
Because there's your answer. Okay, enough of this.
Oh man.
Almost like see.
Oh no. All right, let's figure out how we're ending this because I mean, like I said, we can talk about New Japan. I mean, I think it's ridiculous that you got all these different factions in New Japan.
But it works. The way they run their matches, it's annoying, but it works.
All right, so that's for another day.
We'll definitely do it.
Next week we'll talk crossovers more.
I'm down with the crossovers and the factions.
Oh my god, that chair.
Yep.
Damn, that's a mangled chair.
And I feel now that Chuck made the point about spoilers, I don't want to say a damn thing.
Correct. Like I'm a dick. I accidentally slip sometimes. I don't.
We could do watch along, but I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, we could do a watch along, but like we gotta tell in advance. Like this is a watch along. Non-spoiler. You know, we gotta.
Well, here's the thing. When are you posting? Are you posting this now?
I'm gonna try once I figure it out. Because other than this match, there's nothing really spoiled about it. We just talked about it. We didn't actually say really.
It's not like the match is still going on, so not like we said who won.
Right, so I think we should try. I originally was going to say wait until the match is done, but I don't think we should. I think we should let it be.
Let's put a pin on it. We've gotten our points across tonight.
We got the first one done.
Yes, it was a good one.
And it's fun. It's been too long. I've been enjoying it.
Closing thoughts?
I'm excited to see where this pay-per-view goes.
I'm definitely excited for 2021.
The tag title match. I want to see the Reigns-Owens match. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for even the women's title match at Mella and Sasha because I love Carmella. But, we'll see. Anybody else got anything?
Chuck.
Right? I'm just excited for, 2021.
Hold on. Oh. It's funny because I asked Rod first and Chuck chimed in, so I guess that's what happens in this thing.
Yeah, I'm better than Rod, so I gotta.
It's so funny. Go ahead, Rod. Go ahead,
Rod. Carry on.
Go.
No, I just want to say my closed doors was everything happening. I'm excited for 2021. That's for sure.
Me too.
Very excited. We were unsure about how 2020 was going to be for wrestling. 2021 looks like it's going to be a very exciting year.
Yeah, it is.
2021 is definitely going to be an exciting year with all these storylines happening, with all these changes. So I'm excited, and again, I'm really glad we started doing this because with everything, to touch back on what I said in the beginning of the show, with everything that I've been dealing with on a personal level, wrestling has become my savior at this point. Has
It's been good.
my escape.
Yeah,
and
it's been good.
Been therapeutic, seriously.
Yeah, it's been great. I've been really enjoying wrestling right now. I can't do my music the way I want to, so wrestling's been a close alternative. So I could be outspoken and talk about wrestling the way I talk about music. I'll take it.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right,
Yeah.
so
Closing thoughts for you, Jay.
Oh, I thought I just gave my closing thoughts.
I know, kidding. I'm messing with you, I know. I'm messing with you.
And you know what? This is cool to do it this way because, hey, it's in the name. Attention wrestling disorder.
Right. And it's like, it works. Because it's lit art. I don't organize anything. I wing it. I discuss wrestling. The idea of this was, when me and Rod initially had done it, was let's just discuss wrestling. The fact that me and Rod have such different tastes made it interesting. And now you add another dynamic, it makes it interesting. It makes it different. Different time, things have changed. Like, let's keep it alive and keep it interesting. Because me and Rod still do this banter thing sometimes when we chat.
Oh, yeah.
So it works.
Rod, why do you like the baby faces so much? And we can end with the.
Hey, it's always the way I've been. It's how I grew up. You brew the bad guys, you cheer the good guys. So
yeah, I mean that's
just
like
one problem, Rod.
Traditional way, but I don't know, man. I love when I like it, but I don't know. Bad guys seem to, for some reason, I like the the guys like Triple H, or when they're assholes, and when they're cool.
Yeah.
Same with Rollins right now. I don't like because I think his bad guy thing is forced. I don't believe it.
I like his bad guy thing, but
I love when Brody Lee did the same thing, Chuck.
Yeah. I like Brody Lee, though. I like them both. I like the heel.
But who wore it? Oh, okay.
All right.
All right, well, what's the name
With
in
that
here?
being
It looks
said,
like
I think it's time
so-and-so's about to win, yeah.
I'm not. Oh, okay. Okay, then. Does
All
that
right,
mean that a certain thing is no longer relevant anymore?
What happened?
Yep.
Does that mean that someone just ruined their chance?
Yep.
I think relevance has been thrown out the window.
Yep.
Did Damian Sandow and Baron Corbin just happen?
Maybe.
Did you guys get the reference?
Yes.
I got it, and I think most people will get the reference.
Not everybody's in the fantasy league, so I can say, I just got 32 points. I'm happy.
Yeah, all right, Rod won. Rod won the league. Okay, congratulations, Rod. Let's give you the 4 horsemen treatment. Give him the. I'll play the theme on guitar too.
So I bid you. I mean, all right. So you want to just close this, or?
All right, fellas, it's been awesome.
I think this is a good closure now with just happening.
I bid you adieu. Good night. Goodbye. Boom.
We're live.
Peace out, guys. Good
Later.
chats. I will see where I go with this, and till next week.
All right. Later.
Don Callis will be calling me now, and his lawyers will be after me.
That's gimmick infringement, Jay.
What can you do?
All right, later, fellas. Enjoy the rest of your
guys.
night.
Enjoy the rest of the TLC. We'll reconvene.
Attention wrestling disorder.